Have you ever wondered how legal documents can deceive you while appearing legitimate? Do you want to know what the Four Corners Rule is and why not understanding it can hurt you? If so, you're in the right place. This is Red Pill Awakened. I'm here to shed light on an essential topic: the way legal documents are structured to create illusions, and how their presentation can be deceptive if not understood. This isn't just theory. It's real, actionable knowledge that can change the way you navigate contracts, agreements, and financial communications. Let's break down the facts and reveal how understanding these elements can work to your benefit. 1. The Four Corners Rule is a legal doctrine that limits the interpretation of a document strictly to its contents within its physical boundaries. In legal settings, this means only what is written on the document itself is binding. Courts follow this rule to prevent external evidence from affecting the contract's interpretation. Understanding this rule helps identify what is genuinely enforceable versus supplementary or non-binding text. 2. The Four-Corner Rule is significant because it ensures that everything needed to interpret a document is within its physical bounds. No assumptions, no outside testimony. It's crucial in contract disputes where one party may claim additional terms were implied. The Four Corners Rule, by excluding outside interpretations, sets a boundary. Any content added outside these corners, like footnotes or boxed text, might not hold legal weight. 3. The deceptive use of brackets and boxes. Documents often contain text in square brackets or within boxes. These elements are not just for formatting, they have real implications. Text in brackets often indicates content added later or for clarification, not originally authored by the main document writer. Debt collection agencies and other entities use these brackets to separate statements that aren't legally binding, exploiting the Four Corners Rule to their advantage. 4. How this deception works. Here's where deception comes into play. Boxed or bracketed text may seem authoritative, but could legally be considered supplementary. For example, a debt collector might state an amount inside a box. This presentation could be argued in court as non-integral to the letter's core content, sidestepping liability. You, assuming it's part of the main text, might comply without realizing that it might not be binding. 5. Understanding off-the-paper content. Anything presented within brackets or boxes could be seen as off the paper. This term implies that the information is not part of the original or enforceable document. By strategically framing information, entities ensure that even if a recipient assumes the content is part of the main contract, they can later argue it isn't legally binding, protecting themselves while appearing transparent. 6. So, how this knowledge can be beneficial. Once you understand the Four Corners Rule and how brackets and boxes are used, you can read documents more critically. You'll be less likely to be misled by boxed demands or bracketed disclaimers. For example, a debt notice that lists a payment amount in a boxed section could be scrutinized to determine if it's legally enforceable. Knowing this empowers you to challenge potentially misleading claims. 7. Signing within the four corners. If you're signing a contract and want to indicate non-agreement with certain terms within the four corners, use a statement like, "without prejudice," or "all rights reserved," beside your signature. This notation implies you're signing under conditions that preserve your legal rights and indicate you don't necessarily agree with all terms. This tactic has been recognized in legal practices as a form of conditional acceptance. 8. How do you protect yourself while signing? When you sign with a notation like "without prejudice," you're signaling that your signature doesn't waive your right to contest terms later. In certain cases, adding UCC 1-308 implies that you reserve your rights under the Uniform Commercial Code, which allows you to perform without conceding legal rights. This strategy can provide a layer of protection, limiting assumptions about your consent. 9. Applying this to your advantage. If you receive a document from a debt collector or similar entity, analyze the placement of critical information. Is the amount owed inside a box? Are disclaimers in square brackets? Knowing that these could be non-binding helps you make informed decisions. You might choose to contest or seek clarification before complying. potentially saving you from unnecessary obligations or payments. 10. Understanding the four corners rule, bracketed and boxed text and signing with reservations arms you with knowledge that protects you. While these tactics are often used to mislead, they can work to your benefit once you know how to navigate them. 11. Using the four corners rule to your advantage. Knowing how to navigate the four corners rule can shift the power balance in your favor. For example, if a contract or financial statement includes terms in boxed or bracketed sections, you can identify them as supplementary and possibly non-binding. This understanding allows you to challenge any unwarranted claims or fees and prevents you from unknowingly accepting terms that could work against you. This can be crucial in financial or legal disputes. 12. Spotting and questioning non-binding terms. With the knowledge of what qualifies as off the paper, you can scrutinize documents more effectively. When you spot footnotes, boxed amounts, or bracketed disclaimers, you can question their legitimacy and ask for clarification or verification. This tactic puts the responsibility back on the issuer to prove that those terms are binding, giving you leverage and potentially helping you avoid unnecessary payments or obligations. 13. Empowering your legal strategy. By signing contracts with notations like "without prejudice" or UCC 1-308, you signal that you are aware of your rights and preserve your ability to contest certain terms later. This proactive approach can discourage parties from including questionable terms, as they recognize you won't be an easy target for exploitation. It gives you a firm stance in negotiations or legal discussions. 14. The importance of due diligence. One of the most valuable outcomes of understanding the four corners rule is the awareness it brings to every contract or agreement you encounter. This diligence means you read documents with a discerning eye, knowing when and how to challenge ambiguous or supplementary content. Such vigilance can prevent you from signing unfavorable agreements, securing your interests in the long run. 15. Real-world application and success stories. Individuals who have applied this knowledge have successfully navigated and even overturned unfavorable contracts. For instance, disputing debt claims based on boxed or bracketed figures has led to reduced or nullified obligations. Armed with the right information, you can use these strategies to protect yourself and secure fairer terms in your contracts and agreements. This has been Red Pill Awakened, reminding you that true knowledge is power, and knowing how to navigate the complexities of legal and financial documents is a powerful tool in reclaiming your autonomy. If you found value in this video, please like, share, and comment. Stay informed, stay aware, and most importantly, stay empowered. Until next time.